So the first dig you're going to see, we are in Gosberton. I think we're in Gosberton. With Digging History. So as always, I do like to support the groups that we go digging with. So that's their logo there, and there is a link in the description so that you can go on there and have a look and see if there's any digs that you fancy coming on, based in South Lincolnshire. It's split just simply because I don't feel that there's enough for one episode. There's an epic find from one of the subscribers, so keep tuned to see that. It's an amazing thing. I'm not going to spoil it at all. The second dig you will see is coming up straight after that. As always, we are sponsored by Dragon Detecting, so for any detector needs whatsoever, please give them a visit. That's their logo there. And if you're very lucky, you can use our code, which is AMD10, to get 10% off most items. Now, I know we have the beard, but this is getting hell of a long. But the one thing that I've been mentioning in the last couple of videos is that I want to find a full hammered, because I haven't found one in a long time. I say a long time, it's weeks, not years. But I haven't found one in a little bit, a full one. Everything we've got is cut quarters, cut halves, chowed by the plough, little bits missed, like they're not full. And I want a nice big full hammered coin because it's been a while. So what I'm going to do is, this is not going to be shaved, it's not going to be cut back, it's not going to be trimmed anywhere, including the sides, until I find that full hammered coin. So once I've found that full hammered coin, we're going to have a trim. That's what I'm going to do. So unfortunately, you're going to have to put up with this monstrosity that keeps growing. There. I've witted on for far too long. So let's get on to this first dig and first hole, and then you'll see a little interlude before we get on to the second dig and the first hole there. So I'll see you soon. Right guys, we are on to our first good signal. Just there, 34s, 35s, 36s. Take you down. Just there. There's this little thimble. So let's just change over cameras. We'll have a look. So there we go. It's a very, very tiny thimble. We're going to give it a quick clean up. We're going to see what it is. But it's absolutely tiny. Looks like a child's one to me, but let's have a little clean up and we will see. Right, there we go. Little thimble on there, and if we look at the holes on there, it looks more modern in age, but it's a little tiny thimble. It's his first decent find of the day, so let's keep going and get on to the next. Right guys, apologies if you can hear this wind. We're on to another one just here. It has been quite quiet today, but we're on to this one here. It's just down there, you can probably see it. It's all over the place. As you can see, 25s all the way through to 32s and jumping. We're going to go down, have a quick look. It's this here. Now let me switch camera so we can get a little bit more detail on this. There we go guys. Now I think it's a spur, and I think that because of this end just here, and something would have been attached there, and this going around there. Now I'm not sure what age we are looking at, whether this is something more modern, maybe post-medieval, but it could be that it goes back that far. Now I'm unable to date that, but if you guys think you can before I do, then give me a quick shout, put it in the comments. But that is quite a nice find. A little bit broken just here, and just here, but I think that is a spur. You close up there. I can't see any details on it. Sometimes you can see some design or mark on there, but there we go. It's a spur, we think. On to the next. Right guys, let's go back to this spur, because I'm sure you all know Grim has just had a look at this for me, and he's just said that that's definitely 100% a 17th century spur. So we're looking at the 1600s, so post-medieval, and that is a cracking little find. So thank you, Grim. I bet a lot of you guys watch, but if you don't, little logo there, and if you look in the Dragon family where I've put them at the bottom, you'll see a link if you've never watched before, but I'm sure you have. A lot of people have, but thank you very much for that. Let's get on to the next. Hi guys, I am just with Diaz there.
Hello.
And he has found this beauty. Let's have a quick look at this. And I think, let me switch cameras so you can see it. There we go. And I think that is a James I shilling. Turn that over. Look at that beauty there. It's a lovely, amazing find. Nice detail. Huge, huge coin. So you've seen my Gosberton bullets that come up. So just for size comparison, there you go. Well done. That's an amazing. We'll get some pictures of that so you can see it in more detail. But that's a brilliant find. Well done, buddy.
Thank you.
Right guys, I thought we'd do a little update. I apologise if this wind is too bad, but wherever I go it is bad. So it's been a sparse day as far as finds to talk about with you, but we've got this big old juicy big bit of lead here. Weighs an absolute ton. Switch on to the other camera. Weighs an absolute ton. So we've got that. We have my old friend, a Gosberton bullet. Can't beat that, can you? Might actually be classed as a hoard. Look at that, it's a scattered hoard of Gosberton bullets. We have another bullet. This little chain. Bit of Dewberry. Let's have a look. Oh, I'm pretty sure we've got another big old Gosberton bullet. Another bullet just there. Potentially a watch winder. Could be something else just there. What else have we got? Faceless buttons. Faceless buttons, big old chunk of lead. This little piece here, which will have been of something, just there. More buttons and bits of lead. And I think that is you all caught up. It's been a very, very sparse day. There's been some nice finds come up. Roman. Plenty of people now gone home and making their way home. I'm not holding out much hope for the next half hour, but you are all up to date. So all that's left for me to do now is try and find something we can talk about with you. So on to the next. Right guys, I thought I would just have a quick stop here and introduce you to the R&B Power X just there. So we've got that on. We have been detecting for 7 hours. Now normally on a Manticore your battery will be absolutely toasted. If I bring this up, and you'll see there, absolute full chug of battery. So what this thing does, if you've got a Manticore and you've never heard of one of these, it sticks on the back, it plugs in, and it charges as you go. So it drip feeds through to your Manticore, which means that after 7 hours we have three left. If you can see, that's just flashing a little bit on camera, but there's 3 there. I don't know if you're going to catch it. It's flashing. It's not actually flashing in real life. It's actually still. It's just the camera picking it up. So there's 3 on there. So we've took one charge from today's detecting. That means, you see there, look, we can actually see it drip feeding through just there. Look, see when the icon comes on. So if you've never had one of these, use your magnetic cable there, wraps around, plugs into here, into USB just there. I would estimate, based on today's detecting, you're going to get 4 full powers out of that, but you're actually going to get 5. So you're going to get 4 charges, and then you're going to get 1 full one at the end. So they're a great bit of kit. It was my one big complaint going from the DS2 to the Manticore, the battery life. I could go out on the DS2 and I could go out probably 2.5 sessions. This now matches that, and yes, you've got this extra little bit of kit on there, but the cost is just £60, which is minimal to give you plenty of detecting. Now I have no doubt if you took one of those when you're on a weekender, when you can't get your charge, if you are somewhere where you can't, you will get 2 or 3 days out of that. So it's absolutely magnificent. You can also get 10% off. So you use my code AMD10, that'll get you 10% off at Dragon Detecting for the RMB. They're absolutely fabulous. So absolutely great bit of kit. If you've got a Manticore, get one of these. They are a lifesaver. So that's that. Let's carry on. Let's see if we can find anything else. Alright guys, just a little roundup. I think I updated you on most of this. We've got the bullets just there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those. Little watch winder, we think, just there. Then we've got this little chain. And the little thimble. And then probably find of the day is this one, which is actually, when you think of it, really, really nice to find. 1600, 17th century spur. That's a lovely little find. Makes a difference from a lot of the other things that we find, mainly hammers that we find. So it's nice to have a little party fat just there, and then this little bit just here, and then this little bit just here. So that's the roundup. I'll spin you round, we'll do the outro, and then we'll get on. You will have seen the first dig, and personally it wasn't a great day. Amazing to find that little spur. Absolutely fantastic. Little help from Grim there to date it. 17th century, so we're talking 1600s, post-medieval. It's a fantastic find. Love finding stuff like that, because we don't find much of it on the channel. You see a lot of hammers come up, you've seen Roman come up, you haven't seen some of these things, so it's always great to show you. Little thimble, little child's thimble, which is amazing. But the star of the show was Diaz. What an amazing find. I think it's a James I shilling, and it's absolutely amazing. So I hope you saw that. Absolutely amazing, and thank you to Diaz for letting me share that with all of you. That's the end of the first dig. Yes, disappointing personally, but stuff's still coming up. It is sparse land at this time of year. I think the first section was enough to make an episode for you. So now you're going to see me swiftly move on. We're going to do the intro to the next dig, so you'll see me in a quick second when we flip over and we're on the next dig. But thank you very much for watching so far, and keep watching for the second dig. Hello, this next bit you're going to see, we are out with Digging History. Quickly, that's their logo there, and if you fancy coming and have a dig in South Lincolnshire with Digging History, if you look in the description there will be a link to the Facebook group, so you can take a look at that and see if you want to come on digs with them. We are just about to start the dig. We are in Gosberton, a field that's been done before, but this next bit you're going to see the group dig, small group dig on a Thursday that we went to. Anyway, I'll see you in a second. Right guys, it is absolutely tipping it down. We've just arrived. First old banger down there. Let's show you what signal is. "21, 22, 23. If we just look down here and there, onto a little cut off. Let's switch cameras and we'll have a look. Now, I don't know if this has been cut by the plan. The reason I say that is it's not very clear down those lines, if you see what I mean, down the cross. But we're onto an hammered almost instantly, so that's amazing. Let's get it cleaned up. Let's see what we've got. Looks like a voided short cross. And there we go. We'll catch it in the roundup. But look there. And we see it's a voided short cross just there. We will have a look at that in the roundup and see what we've got. But it's a banging start to the day. Nice cut off. Onto the hammered already. Let's get some pictures and move on. I'm going to have to let this train go by before I continue talking. Right next to the train line, just there. There we go. Off into the distance. Got a little target here. 45, 46, ranging up to 48. It's just down here. It's a little button, military button. So let's switch cameras and you can see some detail. So. With the right, there we go. Little military button crown there, GR. There we go. Right, we'll give this one a little clean, see the detail come up. There we go. So, little button, crown GR just there, little military button. A lot better than the stuff where we get faceless buttons. But there we go. Let's see what else we can find. Well, that's just walked onto an 11 just there, so we're going to have a quick dig. And you'll see some of the trash. In fact, is that it? There we go. So this is the kind of stuff. Nope, that's flew away. This is the kind of stuff we're digging up all day. It's not just limited to can, but there is a lot of can on here. But we've already proved that there is hammered on here, so the history's here. It's just real hard work. Finally, we have another target. It's just down there, just sticking out there. You can just see it. You can see how dry the ground is getting despite all that rain earlier. all over the place, in the 70s mainly. If we go down, I was hoping we were on for a coin, and it's just there, and I think it's a button. So I think we're onto another military button, if you can see just there. You see the back of it just there. So we'll see if it'll come loose. There we go. There we go, let me switch on to the camera and we'll see the design. So there we go. So we've got the crown at the top, swords there. Let's have a quick rid of some of this muck. There we go. Oh, it's not. It's the it's an eagle. Just there. There we go. Another military button. On to the next. Right, guys, we're on to another one. Just there. 60s, 61. And I know for a fact I've hit it because it was just here, and I've basically just tried to get that half bit out because that is solid. You can probably hear I'm out of breath, but I think I misjudged it thinking it was here, and it must have been just here. And let's have a look anyway. It's a little half penny. I'll have a look what flavour. Now you can see just there where I've caught it. But let's switch cameras. There we go. So you can just see there where I've literally, I think, scraped it here by the looks of it. Well, let's have a quick clean up and let's see what flavour it is. The date down there. Let's put a little spray on it. Unfortunately, accidents are going to happen. There's nothing you can do about it. Of course, I wouldn't want to do that to a find, but we have saved it from the ground. (1934), and so that will be George the 6th. Just there. There we go. Let's give it a little dry. So you should be able to see there, 1934. Still a little bit on it. Half penny. Bent. Hit by me, but it's another coin. A coin's a coin. There we go. Let's keep going, see if we can find anything else today. Right, guys, I'm just working my way off the field. There's not many people left. I've probably not even got half an hour left on the detector before it dies because it's been raining. I haven't got the R&B on today, but 12s, 13s just there. Park that up and go down. And there we go. A little bit of buckle. Switch on to the other camera, we'll have a look at it. So there you go. It's a little bit of broken buckle, something nice, and it shows the history down this side. Because I'm back, you see just there, it's where the hammer's two cut off. Well, I found a cut off 5 yards away. Somebody else found a cut half, and I think Malk's just found a farthing just down here, and I've just walked down here. We've got that, so it shows in this corner the age. I have spent some time down here. It's just been a hard day's dig, but it's a lovely little find. No need to clean that up. We can see plenty of the detail on there. Not too sure on age. I'm not too sure whether it'll be medieval or post-medieval on that. We're going to go for post-medieval, but it's another little find, a little artifact. Might be the one to end the day, but we'll see. On to the next. Alright, on to another little one. 24s, 25s, 26s, 27s. Just down here. It's this little button, probably military, so let's have a look and see what we've got. So I've just switched you on to the other camera. And just look there, we can see the design just on there. We're going to give it a little spray. See what we can see. Right, there is something on there. Unfortunately, this, look, can you see there where it's cracking? So we need to be a little more delicate with it. So we'll see what's on that when we get back. But it's another find, another button, something on there. But I think that might be far too gone to salvage. Let's see what else we can see. Right, we're on to another one. Show you that. There we are, 22s, 23s coming through, and it's just this one. And I think what we've got there is a broken bit of buckle. There we go. Look, see that little patterning that's on there? Sort of like snakeskin pattern that's on there. Going round to this bit here. Now I have no doubt that will have joined round there, but I want to think it's a buckle, but we will see. I don't think there's that too much age to that, but it's another little artifact in this little bit, so we'll keep on going for a little bit longer. On to the next. Right, we are going to do the round up here. I'm back in the car, I need a coffee, wind's cold, it's been raining today, I've got a massive headache, so we're going to do this now. We've got the little George halfpenny, 1934, the one where I have caught it a bit. That definitely was me. Conditions haven't been great ground wise. We've then got the little military buttons there, we've got two there. Maybe a third, that's not in here, that one needs cleaning up. And then towards the end we've got these two buckles. This one's definitely part of a buckle. Very nice, I wish that were complete, that would have been an absolute cracking find, that would have been. And then this one with this snake sort of skin design on there. But the find of the day is obviously the little cut half. Now this is interesting, but to me anyway it's interesting, because if you look here, it's cut off, it's been cut, but it's not been cut where you'd expect it to be. You'd expect it to be cut down that centre there. My theory would be this was done here, it would have been done quickly, and that suggests to me some kind of trading market site, something like that. We will have a look and we will see who it is. It's avoided short cross. We find lots of these. Normally they are Henry III, but we will have a look and see if you spot that from those little bits of detail, then have your guess. But we will have a look and get that cleaned up. That is fantastic, absolutely amazing. Let's flip you around we'll get on to the outro, interlude, whatever it's called. I'll see you in a second. Right guys, that's the end of Gosberton, but stay tuned because I want to add some more footage to you. So the next footage you're going to see will be another group dig. So you'll see me in a second. But before we go any further, let's talk about this one. It was a really difficult day. We arrived and rain was pouring down. I don't know if I captured any of that. The ground was probably very, very chunky and clumpy, and it was very hard going. I have got a massive headache too. But we ended up with hammered, so I cannot complain. I know I have got viewers that watch this that have never found a hammered, or they find very few hammered, or will consider finding a hammered a good day. So on that sort of scale, when we measure that, it's a fantastic day. You cannot complain. If you come home with silver, if you come home with hammered, it's a great day. Towards the end, I've got a couple of buckles. You'll have seen those. Couple of buttons, some with some patterns on. We don't see many of those. I'm a little bit disappointed. It's that time of year again where land is, there's not too much land. So it's not the guys that are putting on the land, it's just there is not much land. So you take advantage of the land you've got, and I wouldn't say it's a gamble, but it's a little bit of a hit and miss at the moment. So all in all, can't complain. We've got a hammered, so absolutely fantastic. You will see I'm sporting some ads metal detecting merchandise, and this is my favourite one. If you're part of the Facebook group, you'll see that I've posted, but this is absolutely amazing. The colours are fantastic. This yellow really sets off, and I tend to always wear, you know, woolly hats because it's kind of cold, especially in Lincolnshire with all that wind battering you. I'm also sporting the ads metal detecting polo shirt as well. If you want to grab any of those things, please pop along to Dragon Detecting. Again, it's Dragon Detecting, so your service is second to none. I've waffled on in this section for a little bit too long. The beard is getting longer. We haven't found that full hammered yet, and until I find that full hammered, the beard stays. This stays, this stays, this stays. So I want to find a full hammered. I haven't found one in a while. It seems like an absolute eternity. So until I find that full one, I am not going to have a shave. We are not going to tidy it up. But you'll see me in a second. We're on another group dig. So we're on to the third dig of this episode. Just simply because we're trying to make an episode, and I can't make an episode out of little bits here and there. So you got 3 digs on here. So this is the third part. We're in Derbyshire, near Ashbourne, a place called Hollington, I believe. We are on pasture. Now, for those that watch the channel regularly, I am not a huge fan of pasture. I have forced myself today to come onto pasture, and that's no disrespect to anybody that likes pasture. It's just not my thing. I don't find very much when I come on pasture, so I am not holding out much hope for today. Here with my wife. Hopefully we can show you some bits and bobs, and hopefully it's a decent day's digging. I will say that when you've seen me before on pasture, I've quickly give up and I'm back onto my ploughed land, my arable land. I'm back on there quickly. You've seen there's a video where, probably one of the last ones when I was on the main permission, where I spent about 3 hours on the pasture and finding next to nothing, just a lot of trash, and that's what I normally find on pasture. And I quickly went, no, I've had enough for today. And then the big Roman came up, another Roman came up. I think there were 3 Roman that day, and then another couple of hammereds came up on that field. And so I will always go to that land as my go-to if that's my option, but I've come today. I'm not going to give in, although it's going to be raining, so I can't have my R&B on, so the first thing to give in will probably be my Manticore. But we're out today. I've waffled on for long enough, so let's get on and let's see what we found. Right, it's no secret that I'm not a massive fan of pasture. We've been on it for about an hour now, and just there my wife just showed me down. She's just got this, she's just through there in this other field, just that way there. And just see there, let's switch onto the other camera and I'll show you what it is. So if you can just look there, we can see George, and then just up that top bit, just there, and it's 1806. Britannia on the other side. So I think I'm going to jump across to that field and just see, just up that top bit there, where it's got the 3 italics, so it's George the 3rd. So let's go round and let's go and have a look, see what else we can see. Right, and we are on, sort that out second, we are on to another signal just down there. '30s, 40s, dancing all over the place, but it's just this one here. It's just a little musket ball. Switch cameras. Here we go. And have we got a seam on here? That's what you're looking for when you find these, because it'll set the period. There's a little, what it had come off. I can't 100% see a seam, so I think this is more later. There's the beginnings of, but I think we're probably looking at later on that one. But it's a musket ball, it's another find, so let's get on to the next. Right, so this one's just come out. 25s. Then have a look. It's just here. I think it might be a handle. Just there. We've got something in behind there, I think. So we'll just have a little spray up. We'll see what we can see. I thought it might be a little spoon handle. I'm not 100% sure now, could be something more modern. But I thought there was something behind here. But maybe not. Anyway, if you know what that is, give me a shout. On to the next. Right, just with my wife, and we'll look down there, just in that bit just there, you'll see what she's found. You just grab the days too. So you're 57s, 58, you'll not hear it because it's in my wife's earphones, but 57, 58. Just down there. See it, look. Lovely. Little fib. There we go. There we go. Absolutely amazing. I'm going to do a little clean up. I'm going to switch on to the other camera. Have a look. as much cleaning up as we're going to do on here, because it's very, very delicate. I've just dried it off there. You see, this is where the thing would have gone through there, down here, pinned down there. And I think if we look closely, there is a little bit of design on there, just behind, maybe slightly just at the top there. But it's a lovely little fib. As you can see just here, just this bit here, it is very, very, very delicate. So we don't want to do too much here and get home a dry clean only. But that's amazing. Lovely little fibula. Get some pictures and then we'll see what else we can find. Alright guys, H586 strong, and it's just down there, just there. We've got ourselves a little buckle. Switch the camera off so you can see it. There we go. Now I don't think there is much age to this, fairly modern. We will give it a clean up and see if there's any design work on there. The buckle would have come across there. It's obviously not got its pin, but this is probably my find of the day so far. But let's give it a little spray and we'll see. So there's no design on there, there's a bit of corrosion on there. It's a fairly modern buckle, but it's a find, so we move on to the next and hope something else comes up. So I'll see you on the next find. Alright, so I've got another one here, 5152, just down here, just this little button. But I've just spotted that it might have a design on it, so we're going to switch over. I'm now not sure if that's a bit of corrosion, but we're going to have a clean up and we're going to see whether we've got a little bit of a design on there, because that would be nice. Especially today where we've struggled. Well, I've struggled, but there has plenty of stuff come up on here. So silver denari's come up. Another fibula brooch has come up. No, it's nothing, it's a bit of corrosion, so little plain button. Are we all caught up? Do you know everything in my pot? I have had a bit of a sulk today. You won't have seen these. I'll show you this one first. Just a little olive. Goes around pipes. This one. Aye aye. We've only gone and found a ring thing. Little 19th century ring. Looks like a ring, but it's just an olive. Very much looks like a ring, but very lightweight. So it's just two olives there. You've seen the buckle. And then this 20 pence piece. That might actually be my find of the day. Can you get a Freddo for 20p anymore? 10p? Maybe get two? Or are they £1 now? And then this other little button that came up, but that is about it. You're all caught up from me, as I'm struggling today. But pot not lucky for me. Well, it's lucky for somebody. Just there, scratching away like a chicken, digging away down there. Who's found a fibula. So I'm still going to stick by these pots are lucky. Let's tidy this all up and let's move on. Alright, so this one's just come up. Let's get your VDI first. Alright, let's not, because I'm on charge. Let's see what charge we can get into this, because I'm on this RMB but it's raining. So we're going to attach it on. Well, it's just stopped for a second. I'll let it charge up as much as I can, which I don't think is much because I think my RMB's gone. Right guys, that is a disaster, but we've just got this up and I thought it was a musket ball. We're going to have a clean up and see. Let's just clean up and just see if there's any design or anything on here, because it does just look like there could be something on there. You see here, just the shape of it here, look, round here, you see how that square there, and there, and there. We're going to put that one down as an unknown, and it's probably my last target of today, because I think the detector is dead. On to the next, or not. Right, we're on to my wife's finds, who's amazing compared to mine. Let's move the coins for a second and we'll have a look what's in here. We have got this little bit of lead here, which would have been a weight of some kind. It's been chopped off there. There would have been something else under there. This little silvery disc with nothing on it. Lots of buttons. One button there. 2, 3, not many with any design on, apart from this one. There you go. I think I had one of these the other week, but a bit smashed up. Looks very similar. Anyway, then we move on. So we've got this one, little Edward penny. Just there, I think we've got a date on there, 1905. And then this one, which you saw earlier, which is a George III, 1806, if I remember the date. We've got the date on there, we have 1806, George III. And then, this lovely bit of buckle that came up. It's broken on just here and here. That's a nice little bit of buckle just there. Will look amazing once it's cleaned up a little bit of detail on the top there. And then the find of the day is this lovely little Roman brooch, which is fantastic. Absolutely hands down the better day of detecting. So if we look here, it's dried up all now. We can see that this bit has come away just here. Now we thought we could see a little bit of design on there. I'm not 100% sure whether I can see what I thought I could see on that. Got a little bit that comes over here at the top. The spring part just there is missing, which would have come down there. We don't have much detail on the back either, but that is a lovely, lovely find. Absolutely amazing. Right guys, that is it. That is the end of the dig in Derbyshire. I will be keeping the beard a little bit longer, simply because that full hammered I'm not finding it. So until I find that full hammered, this is staying. So that's what I'm looking for. And as you've seen today, I've not found it. You will have seen my finds. Bit of a disaster. So basically, it's raining today. You can probably see it just here on this window here. It's actually been raining on and off all day. So I didn't charge the R&B because I knew it was going to rain. But I actually thought there was a little bit of charge on it. So the detector, the Manticore, ran out of juice and it was dry. So I thought, I'm going to run over to the car, I'm going to get the R&B, I'm going to put a little bit of charge in it and we'll go until it rains. It's a good job there wasn't too much charge in it, because I would have been caught in this rain, which was quite heavy at one point. But it didn't have any charge on it at all. I'd run the charge down, just simply because it was raining the other day. So I let that fully charge the Manticore. Just an absolute disaster. So you'll have seen the little hairpin clothespin that came up. That was when it was dying. You can hear the wind now. That was when it was dying. It died. I got some charge back in. I think we found the little button. But we also found this. Which was off camera because I was messing about. I thought it was an olive. A bit brutally honest with you. Because I found that. So when this came up, I didn't even hit record. I just put it to one side in my pot. But I was actually just going through my finds. You'll see it. I've talked about it. It's a ring. Maybe that'll teach me not to sulk on bad days on pasture, but you know, I'm not a massive fan of pasture. But there's proof you find something. Now I was convinced that's an olive. Speaking to Papagriff, and he says it's a ring. But I was almost convinced it was an olive. But it's a finger ring. Not a massive date to it. It's probably 19th century. Aye. We've only gone and found a ring thing. 1800s. I don't think it's any earlier than that. But a ring's a ring. So the day actually turned out not too bad, because we have a little clothespin, which you'll have seen, on the ring. So cannot complain whatsoever from my side. Now you'll have seen the wife's finds. The little brooch, that is absolutely amazing. I'm well chuffed. It's the first one she's found, so it's absolutely amazing. She's been detecting, I don't know if I've told you this, she started detecting around Christmas time, coming out with me. She wanted to come out with me, so she started detecting with me, and she has found some amazing things. It didn't take long to find her first hammered. She found a silver bit of a ring. She found lots of other little bits and pieces. You'll have seen she found the George III coin earlier, and then the brooch today. So another amazing find for my wife. But amazing finds that she's had, and it's absolutely brilliant. Stole the show with that, but that's just proof to me. So whatever I'd say I don't like pasture, and that's nothing against anybody that likes pasture. It's just not a thing that I'm, you know, thrilled about. But I've given it a go today. I'll give it a go plenty more times. It's not that I won't go on it. I just prefer other land. But you know, she's got a never say die attitude, far better than me, and she finds some amazing things at the point where you just think nothing's going to come up, which is absolutely amazing. Great, fantastic find. Stole the show. Brilliant find. But that is it for the episode. I know it's 3 digs in one. I know it's a little bit chaotic jumping from one to the other, but I don't like putting short episodes out just for the sake of putting the episode out. I like to actually make a full episode for you to watch, rather than 10 minutes here and 6 minutes there and 10 minutes there. Just a full episode. So you've got 3 digs in one. I hope that's okay. I hope you enjoyed it. Some nice finds on there. We go back to Diaz, who found that amazing James Shilling. We have got some silver bits on there as well, if I remember the finds today. So it's been absolutely fantastic. I am not going to do all the logos and links. We were with Dan's Detecting Days. You will need to, if you want to join this group, find a Facebook member called Dan precious. You will need to ask him about the group, about joining, and then he will add you to the group. I know I've sent you the link, but it won't work because it's a hidden private group. So that is the way, because I spoke to Dan. Failing that, you can join 6 on Sticks. It's a Facebook group, fantastic Facebook group, that basically is a directory of digs throughout the UK. So if there is digs put on that aren't on there, you can tell Andrew, and he will, Andrew Webster, and he will add them to there in the directory. They also list what they know of digs going on. They obviously can't list every dig because they don't know every dig's going on, but they'll put all the digs there, so you can literally look in advance for the week, 2 weeks, whatever it is, and say, look, they're here this week, I fancy going there. Or they've got a dig here, I'll come and join that group. And you'll find Dan's Detecting Days in there, and I'm pretty sure you can speak to Dan inside there and say, I'd like to join the group, and he'll be tagged in it or whatever. But that's another way to join the group. So you can see I'm sporting the merchandise. This is my favourite one, this hat. Tends to be windy when I'm out in Lincolnshire, so I'm always sporting the woolly hat, but the colours and everything and the quality is amazing. Also polo shirts and everything else that they do, they're absolutely fantastic. So if you want any of that merchandise or anything from Dragon Detecting, detector wise, you can go and visit them. Links are all in the description, including the link to the Relics MD Finds pouch, and you can use our code, which is AMD10, for 10% off at both of those. But that's another episode complete. In all, didn't turn out to be a bad day for me. That's it for another episode. I know I'm not the biggest fan of pasture, and that's no slight to anybody else. It's just not for me, but I will keep persevering because that's what we do, and when I least expect it, I'll probably find something amazing. So we'll keep going. I will be back on pasture land, and for those that are looking for pasture land, there's a place here for you. That's it for another episode, the 3 digs in one. I hope you've enjoyed it. It hasn't ended up being a bad day for me, superb day for the wife, but I've whittled on for long enough. I think that's the end of this episode, but I will see you on the next one.